Sorry I'm late. Oh God, okay. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Shakespeare Shack, your favorite online source for everything Shakespeare. I am Portia Miranda, and I am very happy to be back here this week hosting yet again for the 18th time. Stop it. Anyway, the kind producers at the Shakespeare Shack have asked me to come in and talk about Shakespeare in acting. And if you've watched my last 18 videos or listened to my last 18 podcasts, you would know that I am an actor. So, today I will be talking about the vocal demands of speaking Shakespearean verse and discussing how the practical exercises of leading voice practitioners help the actor achieve those demands in performance. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So, why is speaking in Shakespearean verse so vocally demanding for the actor anyway? Well, Shakespeare wrote his plays in three forms, and that is prose, which is everyday speech, blank verse, and rhymed verse. And the latter two have a metrical structure to it. An example of a metrical structure is the famous Iambic Pentameter. Sorry about the car. So going back to where I was before I got cut off rudely, the Iambic Pentameter is basically a verse line that has 10 syllables and is stressed on every even numbered syllable. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let me demonstrate. Alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. So that was a line taken from Shakespeare's masterpiece of a play, Macbeth. Let's break it down, shall we? So in the play, Lady Macbeth says, Alack, I am afraid they have awaked. So if we look at that slowly and look at every second syllable, Alack, I am afraid they have awaked. You can see that it's stressed on every second syllable. So that is what Iambic Pentameter is. So Shakespeare's metrical structure is one of the many vocal demands of an actor speaking in Shakespearean verse. Up next, I will be moving on to exercises that help the actor while rehearsing or practicing anything in Shakespearean verse. So stay tuned after the break. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Shakespeare Shack with me, your host this week, Portia Miranda. So, before the break, we talked a little bit about Iambic Pentameter. Now, I'll be moving on to exercises that help the actor in preparing for a Shakespearean role. So, the first exercise that I will be talking about is the legendary Barbara Haussmann's changing chairs exercise. Now, the aim of this exercise is to find out how each individual phrase builds on the phrase before and therefore creating a ladder of meaning in the text, as I will demonstrate. So, this exercise could be extremely beneficial for the actor, especially ones who tend to rush their lines, as it really forces you to stay within each phrase, take your time, and to deliver what you're saying with a full understanding of it. Okay, so it's the day before the deadline, and I just realized that I haven't exactly clarified how to do this exercise, so I'm just going to tell you now that what you need is 2 chairs, place them next to each other, and then you need to speak the text, changing chairs at each punctuation mark, but do not speak while you're changing chairs. And you need to have a sense of somebody in front of you to direct your speech. And now we can get on with it. Why should I love this gentleman? 'Tis odds he never will affect me. I am base. My father the mean keeper of his prison, and he a prince. Another thing that it could really help with is getting in touch and delving into the argument of the speech. This would help the actor really find a clear structure and journey in their speech. The next exercise that I will explain and demonstrate today is another one from Barbara Haussmann called Phrase by Phrase. Now, the aim of this exercise is to deepen the connection with the text, And it also helps you memorize your lines, so that's a plus point. So here we go. Sit on a chair with an object or a person in front of you representing the person you're talking to in your scene. I'm using soy milk because I'm lactose intolerant. Next, look at the text and take time to absorb the first phrase, which is up to the first punctuation mark. Then look up, register the object or person before you speak, and take a moment to connect with them. And then speak the phrase, really wanting to communicate it.
I heard the owl scream.
At the end of the phrase, pause and check that the phrase has been registered by your scene partner. And then, continue through the whole speech and make sure to be really, really thorough.
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
Now, because this exercise really requires an actor to approach the phrase calmly and with their full utmost attention, that allows the actor to discover more in the moment as they're working. And as Barbara Haussmann puts it, it is a gentle yet powerful way to connect with the text. Now, this next exercise doesn't exactly have a specific name to it, but it was formulated by the late and the legendary Cicely Berry.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue.
Now, I know all of you might be questioning what the fuck I'm doing kicking a scrunched up piece of... Am I allowed to swear? Oh, am I not allowed to swear? Okay. Anyway, what I'm doing is kicking the paper ball at every punctuation and verse line, at the end of every verse line. And this releases energy throughout the line, making sure that the actor doesn't drop or fall at the end of it. This is a psychophysical exercise, meaning that your brain and your body works in tandem, so psychophysical, psychological, and physical. That really helps the actor in rehearsals as it builds up muscle and psychological memory to ensure that the actor does not lose their energy at the end of every line or throughout the line. So, in summary, speaking in Shakespearean verse is a very demanding thing for the actor, but hopefully, using these extremely accredited exercises, the actor will find it easier to navigate through the demands of speaking in Shakespearean verse. Now, I'm going to end my talk here because if I miss the submission deadline, I'll become a failure of an actor. I hope every single one of you has gained a substantial amount of knowledge from my video/podcast. I have been your host, Portia Miranda, and though parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Fare thee well.